Okay, so Leetcode practice time. In this video, there are two goals. So the first goal is to see how to solve this problem. So we are going to find the solution, and then we are going to do some coding work. And the second goal is to see how we should behave in a real interview. So let's get started. So remember, in a real interview, the first step is always try to understand the problem. If there's anything unclear, please bring up the question to the interviewer, and at the same time think about the edge cases. So let's take a look at this question. So string to integer a to I. So implement the my a to I function, which converts a string to a 32-bit signed integer. So the algorithm for a to I is as follows. So read in and ignore any leading white space. Check if the next character, if not already at the end of the string, is minus or plus. So read this character in if it is either. So this determines if the final result is negative or positive, respectively. And assume the result is positive if neither is present. Read in next the characters until the next non-digit character or end of the input is reached. So the rest of the string is ignored. Convert these digits into an integer. If no digits were read, then the integer is 0. So change the sign as necessary. So if the integer is out of the 32-bit signed integer range, then clamp the integer so that it remains in the range. Specifically, integers that are less than minus 2 to the power 31 should be clamped to that. And similarly for the integer of max value. So okay, so return the integer as the final result. So a lot of the requirements here, but it helps us understand what we are trying to do. So the notes, so only the space character is considered a white space character, and don't ignore any characters other than the leading space or the rest of the string after the digits. Okay, sounds good. So let's see, this 42 is 42, minus 42 is minus 42. This one it is 1493. And this one is 0, and this one is out of range, so we are just going to return the mean value of the integer. Okay, sounds good. Let's see the constraints. So the length of the string would be between 0 to 200. So what should we return? If it is 0, I mean if the string is an empty string, then I think we should return 0, I guess. And S consists of English letters, digits, space, plus, minus, or dot. So I think I mostly understand the problem. So if this question is being asked, it's mostly about testing our coding ability and like all of the edge cases we need to take care of. So there really isn't too much stuff to find the solution. So it's more like when we encounter a digit, it is like we keep the current result times 10 plus the current digit. And that's how we essentially compute the numbers from the string. But other than that, I don't think there's too much room to find a solution. As I said, it's mostly about testing our coding ability. So the next step is to do some coding stuff. For coding, we care about the speed, so don't be too slow, and take care about your correctness and the readability here. So let's give it a shot by doing some coding work here. Yeah, so I say int, let's say the index is equal to, let's say if it is an empty string equal to or do we really need to care about this empty string here? I don't really think so. So let's say we have index at 0, and well, idx is smaller than idx is smaller than s.length, and s.car at idx is equal to the space, then we just plus idx. And here we should have already encountered the plus or minus, or if not, if it is the end of the string, then we should pretty much just break it here and then return 0. But let's see. So if the idx is already s.length, then we're just going to return 0. Otherwise, we need to see if, let's say the sign. So let's say sign is equal to s.car at idx. If it is equal to a minus, then the sign should be -1. Otherwise, it is +1. And okay. So if s.car at idx is equal to plus, or s.car at idx is equal to the minus, then we just need to plus the idx. And the next stuff we need to see mostly about to see if it is a character or if it is like a alphabet or if it is a digit. So let's say the final result is equal to, let's say, starting from 0. Well, so s.car at idx, let's say okay, so well, idx is smaller than s.length. Or if it is smaller than length and the current character is digit, what is that? So character dot is digit. So we are going to have result times equal to 10, result plus equal to s.car at idx as the idx minus 0. So at this moment, I think it's mostly good, but we need to tell whether it is out of the range at this moment. So before we times 10, we need to see if result is equal to integer dot max value divided by 10, then if the current character s.car at idx, if it is digit, character dot is digit. If it is digit and also end, so s.car at idx minus 0 if it is larger than 7, then or we can just tell integer dot parse int, right? No, so this is just So if it is larger than 7, then we should just return so return sign larger than 0. If it is larger than 0, it is integer.max value. Otherwise, it's integer.min value. Alright, so here I think that's mostly about the overflow part. Other than that, I think we should be good. And finally, we just return results. So after we are done with coding, it's time for us to do some testing. Let's see. So usually you start to do some sanity check by going through some samples and explain how this piece of code is gonna work, and check the logic, fixing bugs. So let's see. Let's say if it is this one. So it's not the space. We are not going to plus idx. So it is not plus or minus. So we are not going to plus idx. All we have is actually starting result from 0 times 10 plus 4 now, and then the next one is 1, so it is times 10 is 40 plus 1, then times, and then finally I think the result is going to be 4193, and the next one is not a digit, so it's just going to break, and we are going to return 4193 now. For this one, it's just going to simply return 0. Let's say for this one. So when it is here, we see that it is not equal, but larger. Okay. So I would say if the result integer max value is equal to this, or it is larger than this, then we are going to return the max depending on the sign. So here, when we arrive here, it's already larger than max value divided by 10, so we are going to just going to return main value of the integer. So I think it mostly looks good. Let's do some let's give it a shot. Alright, so it's accepted. Let's do a submission for it. Alright, so it's wrong answer. Let's see why. So if it is okay, so it's result. So the result we should return should be result times sign. Let's do another submission. It should be good, I think. Alright, so now everything looks good, and that's it for this coding question. If you have any question about the solution, or about the code, or about the puzzle, feel free to leave some comments below. If you like this video, please help subscribe to this channel. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.